Ruth, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody real quickly. Thank you guys so much for staying on. My name is Adrienne Carbonell, and I'm super excited to be your host today. We have a great training that we have and a little bit more on how you can use facial fitness and three. And so we are going to dive right in. And before I do that, I just want to tee up a little bit about the three's product line so you have an understanding and a base for what that means and why it's so unique and so different and how we could be attracting somebody with such high level of knowledge around skincare, facial fitness, and how to age more gracefully. And so I'll share with you guys just a little bit about Three International. Three International is a company that started, it launched in 2023. We have 7 ingestible products in a skincare line that's a neurocosmetic, cutting edge neurocosmetic skincare line. So it's really unique in that regard. But we focus in on 3 things: exploration, curation, and absorption. We are considered the global leader in bioavailable wellness products. We continue to discover, develop, and deliver the most effective proactive wellness products, including our neurocosmetic skincare line. So you can find out more about Three from the person that invited you on, as well as I'm going to share a little bit more specifically about how the skincare is going to relate to our guest today. So we have a neurocosmetic skincare product. For those of you guys who are wondering what that means, neuro meaning brain, cosmetic meaning, a system for skin. Don't eat it, okay? It's a skincare system. And it really is the world's first cosmetic that uses the skin-brain connection. Yes, the skin is the largest organ in our body, and so it makes sense that what we put on it is actually highly absorbed in so many different ways. And so what I love about this is that we're using different ingredients like allantoin and bakuchiol and mountain caviar and things like that, all natural plant-based products to be able to really support the healthier appearance and really the moisture of your skin. So when we go into that, what I would say is that these products here that you're seeing on the side, you're seeing a creme cleanser. It's a cream cleanser. It's the white bottle, and then a misting toner, which is the other tall green bottle. And then you have the shorter bottle, which is our Visage Super Serum. That's our anti-aging serum. And then you have the purple jar, which is our moisturizer. So we have a cleanser, a toner, a serum, and a moisturizer. In this is newly discovered molecules that help these products absorb better. So they absorb 3 layers deep transdermally on the skin because they are tiny particle sizes. And so they're being absorbed at a higher rate. Yes, you are absorbing your skincare products, right? But these are absorbing at a higher rate naturally without needing any microneedling or anything like that. So what I love about it is that with this, you guys are going to notice what we call an increase in neurite length. So what does that mean? All right. So neurites, they are skin-brain connectors, like in other words, in our skin. And what they do is when you're using our products, they actually stimulate DHEA levels and they increase dopamine release. So that's a big deal too. And it also, what does that mean? It means it increases positive emotions in stressed people or stressed individuals. So I'm going to escape for a second here. Does anyone know what it feels like to be a little bit stressed out? You could just raise your hand or you can raise your virtual hand. Okay. I think we might know what it feels like to be stressed out. So I love that Dr. Dan, who is our chief formulating officer, he has found a way to really make a difference, not just inside of our bodies, not just what we put in our bodies, but actually what we put on our skin. So I'm excited for you guys to learn more about the Three Visage skincare system. This is being recorded as well as it's live on our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to share this with others if you want them to learn a little bit more about the Three skincare neurocosmetic line as well. Beautiful, beautiful system. I have seen other very expensive systems out there. I do consider myself a skincare girly, so I definitely love high quality, luxurious skincare products, but I don't always like the price point. So for any of you guys have ever used a product called, I don't know, for example, Creme Caviar by La Prairie. La Prairie has a product out there. It's $575 for a 1.69 ounce bottle, and they use real caviar in the skincare. Isn't that wild? So what I love is like, Dr. Dan is like, we have that. We don't use fish caviar, we use plant-based caviar, which is kind of unique in and of itself as well. So it comes from fresh water sources. It grows on a bush next to fresh water sources in the mountains of Japan. It's called Cochia scaparia. It's called mountain caviar. It looks like a little red ball. It's moisturizing and has almost I would say more moisturization properties being a plant-based product than what it would have been had we been using an animal product. So that's unique as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that little tidbit, how our products might line up a little bit with what's out there currently in the marketplace as far as really good, high quality, luxurious lines of products. So love, love, love that. So for anybody who is joined in with us just now, welcome, welcome. We're getting started. And for anyone who's invited you on and you want to learn more about the creme caviar that we offer, the plant-based line, or the Visage, the neurocosmetic skincare line that helps you with even increased neurite length, increased production of DHEA, and having better stress levels in your life. I mean, I love it. I gave it to my girlfriend. She runs a 20 booth salon, and I thought she'd be a great guinea pig for trying the product when it first released. And she was. She's like, my laserists think that I went and saw the other one. I didn't. My skin's just glowing because of this product. But more importantly, and she got a little bit emotional, she said, I'm not feeling so overstimulated all day. Every time I use the product, I'm sleeping better at night. On the nights that I forget to use the product, I'm not sleeping as well. And I'm not as short fused with my children. So that's kind of exciting, right? Who doesn't want that? Okay, so without further ado, I am excited to introduce our keynote speaker today, Miss Teri Bigio. And I am very thrilled to have her on and to have taken the time out of her day to share with us more about what her practice is and what she's been doing for years. And so she has a system called the Bigio method. You can find her at terry.com. She teaches facial fitness. She's a facial fitness expert. And so she is the founder of the Bigio method. She's a certified massage therapist, a skin lift practitioner, a Shavakti Tantra yoga instructor with over 20 years of experience in face and skin rejuvenation. So through facial fitness practices like fascia-informed movement and self-love rituals, which I love, Teri helps women over 40 naturally rejuvenate and freshen their face and body reflection, reconnecting with their inner spark. And so, Teri, I'm going to have you jump on board before we dive into all things what you do with the Bigio method. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And Teri, are you with us?
I'm right here. Here I am.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm excited. So, Teri, you've been doing facial fitness for a very long time. What initially got you started?
Um, I had a car accident where I was hit from behind and my brain swelled and life was over as I knew it in 2.5 days. When you have less oxygen going to your brain, then everything changes. Your thinking, your face, your skin, everything. And so I ended up a long period of time to find something that would make a difference to have me look and feel younger. And I was very fortunate to come across a facial technique that has to do with the fascia that activated my brain. And I knew that because at that time I was so injured that I could actually feel it sparking in my brain, which was astonishing. But what started happening is I started to look younger. Now, I want you all to know something. I have not had any uh, work done on my face, and I'm 77 years old. So I have to tell you that I used to weigh almost 185 pounds, and then I was 165, and then I was 150, and now I weigh 117 pounds, and I'm 5'1". So you can imagine having a double chin, jowls, big face, and all of that has been coming in. And what's really remarkable is that throughout these almost 24 years of doing this on people directly, especially women and men, that I'd been looking for a product line that I could recommend. People would say, well, what do you want to use? I need something. What can I use? And I'd say, well, don't use the cheapest thing that's out there. And that was about it.
Right.
Until, thank you, Beata Lewis, who's on the call for today, introduced me to 3 International and the Visage collection. And I started reading about it, and I was so impressed that it was in the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference, which used to be a big book. Now it's called the Prescriber's Digital Reference because, of course, everything is digital. Well, why does that make a difference? Because it's all natural, and yet it's in the PDR. it does what it says it'll do. And so, Adrienne, when you said before that it goes 3 levels deep in the dermis, that is unheard of in this industry. You're lucky that it goes 1 level deep in the dermis for most products. They sit mostly on top because their molecules are too big to be absorbed into the skin. And so the difference with the Visage collection is that it has become on the molecular level absorbable. Now, how do I know that? Well, 2 things. One was to tell you a little bit about my experience, but very shortly, and then we'll get into the exercises, which is what you're here for. Um, I have a gut issue. I have an autoimmune situation. And just with the collection, I started sleeping better because it says it does work with sleep. So I got off of prescription sleeping pills that I was taking every day and then moved into taking doing the Visage collection, having the collagen, which is the collagen, and the Eternal, the antioxidant product. And within a week and a half, I was sleeping 5 hours a night, the next week 6 hours a night, and the next week 7 hours a night. And I've been sleeping 7 hours a night, whether I get up or not, sometimes a little more. That is from the products, not from anything else. And that like blew my mind until we then got the Kinetic, which is the uh, drink that is fabulous. It is an energy drink, but it's also for hydration. And how do I know it absorbs? I told you I have an autoimmune system. Well, I've been having to do drops in my eyes every day because I have something called Sjögren's, which is dry mouth, dry nose, dry eyes. I have dry mouth a little bit because I'm nervous right now, but I have not had to use drops at all since I've been drinking the Visage collection. Now, I can't tell you that it'll work for you that way, but I have to tell you that I micromanage improvement in my skin and in my body because of the brain injury. I learned to do that. And so to tell you that my eyes are now more moisturized, and as we all get older, our eyes get drier, whether you have that or not, it's astounding. So let's get started. Are y'all ready? Okay. Um, there are 4 products that I use, and I use them with the exercises. So the first one that I use is the cleanser. And it is amazing how far it goes and how much it affects things. And one of the things that I do with the cleanser is I also put it on my skin overnight because you can use it as a mask 1 to 2 times a week for 10 to 15 minutes. But then I said, well, let me try it and use it overnight on my neck. And guess what? It's actually, my neck is actually getting more firmed from using this overnight. I love that. I just absolutely love that. What I do with the products is I use the spray, put it on my face. I love the way it feels and I love the way it smells. And then I pat it in. Use your fingers, don't use your whole palm, and pat it in. And that gets your skin ready. It gets it pH balanced. It gets it ready to use the other products for absorption. The workhorse is the super serum. Oh my gosh. And that is in the PDR. You can have your doctor look that up. You can look that up. And I want to show you something that just 1 to 2 squirts of this, patting it on your face. I might almost look like, there you go, in little places all around. And then I use a squirt for my neck and my chest. Don't forget that your chest has gotten sun damaged. And so we need to put that on. Then I use my fingers to rub it in and bring it all over on my face. It's not taking long, right? But now I've got this beautiful moisture on my skin. And then if you want to then use the fabulous creme caviar, you use a pea-size amount. So there's a pea-size amount, a pea-size amount. So I put it on sort of like I'm going to be uh, doing something. I do that on my face and then I do that on my neck. 1 pea-size amount a day. And I do this twice a day. Now, let's do the exercises. So the first, so you see how far it goes? It's amazing how much it spreads and gets into your face. So that was a quick way to show you how you can just put it on very quickly. But in the morning, one of the things that you can do is you can get your products and wake your face up. And why do you want to do that? Because it's affecting your brain as well. So one of the things I want to show you is take your fingers and sort of arch them and put your little fingers between your eyebrows and your eyes, your eyebrows, and then the other fingers under your eyebrows. And I'm going to show you, and then you can follow this with me, is that you're going to push your skin up on your forehead up to your hairline more than you pull down, but you still move it. You pull it down some. You push it up more to your hairline and you pull it down. And so what you're able to do is feel whether or not you've got bumps or lumps, and how hard should you do this? Well, to begin with, do it very softly and slowly so that you can feel the way it feels. You can feel your skin, you can feel your lines and your bumps and your lumps. Then do that. Let's do that 3 times. 1, slowly up and down. 2, and you see how you can see my face. There you go. You can still see me in the screen because your fingers are slightly parted. 3, and down. Great. So the yellow line shows you that's the center. The green line shows you that's the sides. Move your fingers on the sides. So let's do that a little faster so that you get a little bit more movement and use a little bit more pressure. So little fingers in between your eyes, fingers under your brows, and 1 up and down, 2 and down, 3 and down. The second position is on the sides of your eyebrows. And imagine that that's going to be lifting up your eyes. Well, you know how many of we get hooded eyes over a period of time and our lids get lower and lower. Well, this is strengthening your muscles by pushing up, and you're waking up the muscles by pulling them down as well, but push up more than you're pulling down. So take your 3 fingers on the sides of your eyebrows and imagine that's also getting a little bit of those crow's feet. I hate that word, but that's what they call them. So ready? We're going to do it slowly so you get the motion. Move up 1 and down, 2 and down, 3 and down. All right, good. Now that you have the motion, let's do that faster. On the sides of your eyes, the 3 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why do we do it 5 times? Because you have 5 fingers on your hand. It gives you a beginning, a middle, and an end. And so when you do it 5 times, your brain starts to activate and know what's coming. And then that becomes like a moving meditation. And your brain starts to look forward to that. And it activates all of that even more. So position 1, position 2. Now we're going to go to the temples. Oh my God, don't we need that release on the temples? Always. Not only are we releasing tension in our face, but you're also activating the muscles on the side of your face. It feels really good. It helps to release fluid in your brain, and it is going to change the way that all of these lines are happening on the sides of your eyes. So let's do it slowly. 3 fingers on your temple. You can feel that when you open your jaw where to be. Okay, ready? Up to your hairline. 1, 2, 3. So you did that slowly. So let's do that more quickly. Ready? We're going to do it 5 times now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you don't need to pick your fingers up. Just keep them on your face and push up and pull down. Push up more than you're pulling down. Good. The last position is over your ears. Now, why do I have you go over your ears? Because there are 3 major drainage areas in the face for your lymphatic drainage. And one of them is over the ears and your neck. The next one is under your arms, and also where your torso goes into your thighs. So over the ears is going to move that fluid and pick up the energy and in your face and move the fluid so that you have more brain acuity. So you would put the middle finger over your ear, one finger on each side, and push up and pull down, push up and pull down, push up, hard, pull down. It's your skull, so you can put more pressure. So let's do that 5 times quickly. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't it feel good? Now that is one cycle. Now we're going to go backwards to the center. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's over your ears. Now on the sides of the temples. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On each side of your eyebrows. 5. Push up more than you're pulling down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now in the center. Little finger in the center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do one more thing to really wake things up on your eyebrows and your forehead. Go up and down fast 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now close your eyes for a moment. Put your hands down and take 3 soft breaths. Now open your eyes. And do you feel something? Do you feel like activation in your brain? Do you feel some tingling? Does your face feel a little different? Well, let's test that out. So the way that we're going to test it is gently put your fingers on your face and gently, like you're touching a baby, feel your forehead again. Feel your skin on your forehead. And what might you notice? You might notice that your skin is softer. You might notice that you feel a little bit brighter. That is the forehead activation exercise. And using the Visage collection, using the toner and the serum and the creme caviar, you are helping that get into your skin even better. It already works without doing the exercises, honestly. But when you do the two together, wow, I have noticed a big difference. And some friends hadn't seen me in 3 weeks. That's all, 3 weeks. And they had said already that my skin was looking better and had more radiance to it. And I was surprised also because I do this all the time. And yet, with the Visage collection, there had been an improvement in my skin, and it continues to be that way. So that is one thing. I want you to know that it increases blood flow. It activates the lymph system. It moves the skin and activates your skin, the nerve endings in your skin. So all of those things are there to strengthen your skin, to help the elastin and collagen, and boosts circulation. So if you are on a plane and you're getting that your ears stopped up, if you get a migraine headache, a lot of times migraine headaches are because you have fluid in your head and it's not being drained. I know that there are other reasons for that, but I have to tell you that doing the massage on your forehead is going to make a big difference. Okay. I would ask if anybody has any questions, but we uh we have to do this quickly. So I
We
only
have
have
some
30
time.
minutes.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's really, Terry, this is fascinating, and thank you for teaching this. So I don't want to cut you short. Please take time. I know you had a few more slides, so go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to do the neck. So the neck is the next place because you want to drain that lymph system so that we can then do the face and it would have some place for it to go. So the neck is also very simple. You put your fingers on your chin, on your chin and go in and down on the trachea. So do that first softly, and then we're going to do it with a little bit more depth on the trachea, and we're going to do it 5 times. So put your fingers on your chin and let's go 5 times in and down. Oh, by the way, you should lift your chin a little bit to give you a little bit of counter tension. So I've gone from here to here. So on your trachea, 1, down to your collarbone, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're going to put your fingers on each side of your chin and you're going to go in and down on each side of the trachea, on the side of the trachea, down to the collarbone. So you ready? In and down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next movement is at the back of your jaw. Open your jaw and you'll feel where that indentation is in the back of your jaw. And we're going to go down to the collarbone. So let's do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then under your ears. Remember, I said that's one of the main drainage points for the lymphatics. Your middle finger is right under your ear, and you're going to go down to your collarbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's go back. 5 under your ears. 4, 3, 2, 1. The back of your jaw. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fingers on your jawline on each side of the trachea. 5, 4, down to your collarbone. 3, 2, 1. And then in the center where people get that gobble neck, the turkey neck, put your fingers on your chin and go in and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you'll notice is I'm going down first. Subsequent sessions, we could learn how to go up. But to begin with, you want to go down because you need to drain all of that. And I will tell you that those of you that have double chins or jowls, by putting your fingers on your jawline and going in and down, that will really move things very quickly to move that out. And you will come in quicker than you think. And it activates the whole body. Think of it as Chinese exercise. You know, they do it on the feet and you're doing all these pressure points on your face and neck that activates all the organs in your whole body. It's crazy, but it's true. Now let's do the jawline. So some people do the jawline like this, and you think that that would be better, but actually you're not getting all the way back here, and you're not having very good movement for that. So why don't you just put, Adrian, the whole, just have them see me because I don't have a slide for this one, okay? And so what I want you to do is take your 3 fingers, and one is going to go on the jawline, on. One is going to go above the jawline, and one is below the jawline. So I'm going to have my 3 fingers together on the jawline, on my chin, and I'm going to go back down along my jawline to the bottom of my ear, and then slide back a little bit and push.
Quick question. You're using the opposite hand on the opposite side of your face?
That is very good. Thank you, Cayenne. I appreciate that. Yes, your right hand is on the left side rather than this way. That's not good ergonomics, and it doesn't give you good direction. So thank you, Cayenne. Your fingers are on your chin. Go on your jawline to the bottom of your ear, right hand on the left side. So let's do that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then switch hands, 3 fingers. Make sure your shoulders are down. You have good relaxed shoulders. 3 fingers, left hand on your right side this time. 1, 2, push, 3, 4, drag back lightly and push 5. Bam. And that is going to give you a better jawline, honestly. Now, if I had a before picture to show you, you would see how big my face used to be. And you will on my website at some point. But right now, that's what we're doing. Now, notice that the Visage collection, that these items, you still feel the moisture. It still has your face feel good. You can do this sometimes without the collection, without the serum, without the creme caviar. And what you'll get is more friction. But this really helps the products to go into the skin. All right. So let's do the chin. So the same thing, we're going to do the right hand on the left side. I'm sorry, the cheeks. Right hand on the left side. And what you're going to do is your finger is going to go next to your nose, your middle finger, and your 3 fingers are going to go in the nasolabial fold in that crease. There it is. And you're going to push up to your upper ear and pull back. Push up and pull back. So do you see the red line? That's where your 3 fingers start. Your middle finger's on that where your nose is, and you go over to your upper ear and back, over to your upper ear and back, upper ear and back. That's 5. Let's switch hands. Left hand on the right side. Put your middle finger right by your nose, your 3 fingers next to them, and you're going on the cheekbone up to your upper ear and down. Now you notice it's a slight curve. It's not straight because your cheekbone has a slight curve. 3, one more time, 4, and 5. There we go. So do you notice that there's a little bit of pinking up of my face? You might notice that too. You can do the big picture again, Adrienne, please. Thank you. Of me. There you go. Do you see how it's slightly pink? That is blood flow. Pink on your neck, that's blood flow. And you might have noticed if you touch your neck, it's a little warmer. That's blood flow. Activation. That's what we want. And that's what moves things in your face. So do you notice how quick this exercise is? Let me go through it one more time with you very quickly, and then we'll be complete for today. And by the way, in the link is how you get the playbook so that it'll describe each of the exercises to you step by step in word form. And you can see some on my website as well. So thank you for giving me your email address so that you can get the playbook for free. It's my gift to you so that you have this along with it. So let me do the facial exercises one more time. You can watch me. You can do it with me. And here we go. In the center, little fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the sides of your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your temples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over your ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now on your neck, fingers on your chin, down your trachea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On each side of your cheeks, chin, on the sides of your trachea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The back of your jaw. Let's get rid of that TMJ and tension. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to your collarbone. 5. And then under your ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your right hand on your chin and go to the left side. 3 fingers. 1 to you. 2 to the bottom of your ear. 3, 4. Get rid of those jowls. And 5. Left hand on your chin to the right side. 3 fingers. 1 on your jawline. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And now put your right hand next to your nose for your cheekbones, all the way up to the top of your ear. You're going across those crow's feet. 2, you're lifting and strengthening. 3, your cheekbones. 4, and your 5. And then the right side, finger on your nose on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, for those of you that think that you don't have time in the morning to do this, that's how fast it can be for you. You can do it 10 times, but definitely do it 5 times, because that's that brain-body connection, and it activates the neurocosmetic of the Visage collection. So it removes the fluid buildup that you had in your face overnight. Do it in the morning, do it at night to get you relaxed before you go to bed. It takes tension out of your face. You might notice that your eyes feel bigger and brighter, that your brain has more activation, and it does many things for your whole body. So that was a quick one for 30 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me today for this amazing pairing of my facial fitness exercises and the Visage collection. I am so thrilled that I can present and marry the two of them together, because they actually mean so much to me. And you mean so much to me. I came back into this I used to be retired. So I was playing for lots of years. And then I realized I want people to have this in their own hands, the natural aspect of how this can activate your own health and wellness, and ultimately beauty, your beauty on the inside, and you're bringing it to the outside because you feel better. And when you feel better, you look better. And when you look better, you feel better. So that is what I have to say this morning. Thank you all. Come see me on the website. I have more classes that are coming down the pike, and I'd be happy to share them with you. And it is my pleasure to have been here today. Adrienne and George, thank you for including me. I really appreciate that.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Terry. It was a fabulous presentation. And I am just honestly so grateful you're able to take the time and help us, as I know you're really busy, and a lot of people are coming to you for lessons in hand facial fitness. And so I would just want to remind everybody that's on here that Terry does have a gift for you today. It is listed in this chat. So if you go to the bottom of your screen and you hit chat, you'll be able to see that there's a chat feature. And Beata has graciously posted a couple different times the playbook so that you can review what you learned and continue practicing this gift that Terry gave you today of being able to do facial fitness and exercise with 3 International as well. And so I'm super excited about it. There's just, all you have to do is click on the link and you'll be able to have that. So I did want to ask you if you have time for a couple questions, Terry.
I do. Yes, please.
All right. So, and someone says they're already signed up, so that's fun. Thank you, Kimberly. Okay, so one question was that they said, let me get to it. Sorry, just one second. You're getting so many thank yous. Thank yous. This is beautiful. Thank you. Lots of people saying that their faces feel alive, that they're tingling. So already rave reviews, as I expected. One of them was, do you have a technique to lift the lip lines? Like if they were to work with you, is there a technique to lift lip lines so you don't feel like you're frowning?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And to get rid of the barcodes, we could call those vertical lines barcodes, to do muscle retraining so that they're not as strong, and that it'll lift your sides of your mouth as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is so huge. Like as we age too. Another thing is, I think that it is really significant that you shared that you've not had any work done, no fillers, no Botox, no nothing. Just so purely, and this was the question, just good products and facial fitness exercises.
I tried Botox. I had to, because everybody's talking about Botox. And I found that it worked just for a little bit, but not long enough, not for the $600 to $800 that I spent on it. And that certainly wasn't worth it. And I didn't like the way I felt. I don't like what it does to the brain. It's not great stuff for your muscles over time. It actually weakens your muscles. And I know you think that that's what you want to get that smooth, but ultimately it's not doing what you really want it to do. These exercises are going across the horizontal lines of your face, and that's causing muscle confusion, which relaxes the tension that those muscles hold on your face. And so, no, I have not had a facelift. I haven't had any of the filler. Fillers really stays in your skin. It's not good. It reacts. Often they react with your body. They say that they don't, but they do. And sometimes for people, it actually drags your face down in places. So some of you may have had not good experiences with filler, but this really is going to do things to your face separately and to your whole body. That's the whole difference. When you inject stuff into your face, it just sits there. But when you are moving your face and activating it, there's meridians in your face that wake up your brain. When you have a slight smile, that moves into the pons, P-O-N-S, in your brain that activates more aspects of you. When you're doing this, you're moving the lymph system. Nothing moves the lymph system except for movement. So all of those things are going to make a difference in you using just a few techniques. One of the questions that somebody may ask is, how often should I do this? Let me answer that one.
It's going to be
Okay.
the
Thank you. I just realized I didn't mention that. If you could do it twice a day, like when you're putting on your cleanser, your moisturizer, your toner, that would be ideal. If you do it once a day, that's great. If you do it once a week, that's great. And if you only do it once a month, that is really going to be helpful. Now, why am I saying all that? Just that little bit of time? Because anything is better than nothing. And one of the things that happens with a lot of these programs is, oh, you have to do it twice a day for 20 minutes. Well, what if you don't? And then you start to say, I can't do that. And then your brain starts to say, oh, you failed. You didn't do it twice a day. Maybe it's not really working. The minute you do that, you have changed the whole landscape of your brain and activating your skin. It is really amazing. So when I say anything is better than nothing, if you're at the stoplight waiting for the light to change, you could do this and just do that. Just feel it and just do it when you're at the stoplight. You could even do this and somebody would think you have a headache and you're just getting yourself feeling better. And you could see the stoplight through your eyes. You can do that. So I don't want you to get in an accident or anything, but I just want you to know you can do it while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're talking on the phone. I don't sound any different doing this than talking to you normally. So you really can do it anytime when you do that. But if you do it once a day, wow. If you do it twice a day, wow. If you do it once a week, wow. Anything is better than nothing.
I love that. And I took your class and at first I was, this is a weird thing, but I've always told, don't touch your face so much. But you were saying, no, like you want to touch your face. You want to stimulate the muscles and the tissues and the lymph and all of that. You want to do that. And that made such a huge difference for me. Like once you shared that with me, that it's like, it's okay to touch your face, massage your face, do those things. You're not going to like make more wrinkles. You're actually rejuvenating. Do you want to touch just a second on that? And then I see that we have 3 questions up at the top. So yeah.
Sure. Oh, great. Yeah. So you do want to touch your space. So first of all, you are not a snake. Now that's my little bit of humor. You're not a snake. Now, what do I mean by that? Because a snake has scales and they go in one direction, but you have muscles and tendons and nerves and arteries and veins, and they go in all directions. In fact, this muscle goes from here up to here. And so we're activating the whole muscle all the way through and coming back and waking it up. So if you do it in both directions, but more in the direction that you want than less, that actually gives you more activation. Now, don't you exercise and take walks for your heart, your activity, for your muscle strength? Hopefully you are. But if you're not, you can do it for your face and it'll wake up your body. So I hope that lets you know. Make sure that your hands are clean, of course, but let me tell you that makes such a difference in your health, your well-being. It takes tension out of your face. You wouldn't have even known that you have that kind of tension in your face.
Yeah,
So that's why.
beautiful.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Kyan. I see you have your hand raised. What would you like to share with us?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Terry. You are amazing. I have had the blessing of being able to actually have firsthand have her hands on my face, which is like beyond the beyond. Just saying. I just wanted to kind of say something that you didn't necessarily, I don't think you shared, but that that would be very valuable for a lot of people. I know my clients and people in my life, that you were at one time quite obese. And also, I would like to ask the question, which I already know the answer to, but would you share with everyone how old you are?
Yes, I'm 77 years old, and
Wahaha!
and I used to weigh
Yes,
185
ma'am.
pounds. I had a boyfriend who was a football player, and he'd make a 12-ounce steak, and then he'd make one for me too, and I ate it all. And then I got down to 165, and it was that for a lot of years, and then 150 for a lot of years. When I met my husband 15 years ago, I was 150. And over time, I've brought that down. But what really made a difference was beginning to work with my own skin, had me release more of the weight, believe it or not, because it's doing things to my whole body. So thanks for saying that again. I'm
And
77.
thank you so much for sharing that, because so many people that I know who have lost a lot of weight and are afraid even to kind
Right.
of, you know, there's a lot of extra skin there, but I mean, look at you. My,
Well, you are you have pores in your skin. Everybody knows that. Your hair goes into a follicle, that's really a pore. And so every pore has a sweat gland, an oil gland, and two muscles. So you know when you get goosebumps on your hand and your hairs stand up on end, those are the muscles in your skin. So when you get a massage, that goes through the skin into your muscles. They're not working with your skin. We're working with your skin, which does affect your muscles underneath as well. So we're getting a twofer in that.
Beautiful. All right, so we have another question. George, are you wanting to share something real quickly?
Yeah, I have a comment more than a question. This is good for guys too. I know we are only two or three guys here on but I love the idea because I was doing it, by the way, and I felt so relaxed. That's so cool. And of course, it's good for your skin too. And we have the product that's all for the skin because guys, remember, we also have a skin. Remember that. Very important.
Yes.
George, thank you for mentioning that. You know, everybody says that the marketplace is for women over 40, but honest to gosh, I want to do a whole series just for guys so you'll feel comfortable, just yourself, the guys being on there without the women, because you're absolutely right. Um, uh, it makes a difference in your skin, but it does. It takes out the tension and the in your face that you didn't even know you had. And I see guys in the gym and they've got great bodies and then they've got double chins, you know, or flappy necks. And it's like, you don't have to have that.
Love that. I love hearing that. That's so true. And it is true. I think a lot of men do want to age gracefully as well. And they don't, probably don't put as much time or attention as the female crowd does. But it does. That's a good point. Yes. So men can do this too. All right. Beata, go ahead. I see you have a question or a comment.
Yes. So, first of all, Terry, thank you so much. And I want to reinforce something that was your big hallelujah when we were talking early on. You've been using your facial exercises for a long time. And after a very short time using the Visage collection, it was like an acceleration and a deepening of the impact of these amazing exercises. So, anybody who's wondering, can I just do this with what I have? Yeah, sure. And Terry is awesome for that. And she's offered you a playbook, and you can really work with this and you can work with her. But the beauty of the synergy of the Visage collection because of the neurocosmetic properties and the quorum sensing and all the other things, Terry, you're giving us a tremendous gift. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, it really was when I found out about this, that I talked to Adrienne and George, and I said, I really want to teach this to everybody because this is going to make a difference for what they can have in their own lives. And, you know, if you're doing this as a business, this really can help to promote the facial product lines in order to tell people, well, not only do we have this and it works by itself, but it really works with exercise if you want to do that. And I know that we're going to make this video available. So I want to make this available to you all and to your friends so that they have this as a gift to their own bodies and their own health and well-being. And to you, maybe for your business.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, people have things out there that they're using, you know, and they say, well, I have this whole amount. And if you just put that aside for 30 days and try this for 30 days, if you haven't ordered it yet, and try all 4 products for 30 days, you have a money back guarantee. You'll feel and see a difference. So that's what I have to say. And I know that over the years of experience that I have.
Yeah. And so there was a question on how to reach out to you about purchasing the Visage skincare line. Do you want them to just message you directly, those who invited you on, or is that also on your Awaken page that you just put out?
It's on the Awaken page. If you have somebody who brought you in and introduced you, then I'd love for you to go to them and to get it from them and through them. And if you're not affiliated with another person, please come and see me and get me, and I'll support you and in any way that I can.
All right. Thank you so much, Teri. This was such a beautiful class today. Really, really, probably one of my biggest lessons in facial fitness and self-care, because that's really what I feel like it is. I feel like it's this like absolute lesson in how to love yourself better, how to love the skin that you're in. And so I love that that's what the Bigio method teaches. So